Hello everybody, welcome back to our Big Five Greek lessons. Today we're going to be learning how to pronounce the letter gamma. The letter gamma is the hardest letter in the Greek alphabet for English speakers to pronounce. And it confuses many people because it sounds slightly different depending on what's next to it. But today we're going to look at some words in English that have very similar sound or even the same to the letter gamma. So, at first, let's go over just the pure sound, is g, g. Some people might think it's like rolling the R a little bit, but let's look at some direct words in English. So, we have water, what, and woe. Can you hear the gamma, the g sound in them? Water, what, woe. All of them have the beginning part of it, so wa, wo. They sound like we are saying like woo, otter. You cannot see that with the as and the o because it's one letter, but actually this one vowel makes two sounds. So it goes like woo, otter. Like woo, otter. Like a as well. But let's focus on the first part. So water, woo, on the woo part. So woo, what, woo, whoa, woo, woo, oh. So that's how gamma sounds like when there is these two letters. Do you remember when you combine omicron and epsilon together are u? We went over this in another video. I'm gonna link it up here. Let's see an example of this used as an actual Greek word. We have the word vourouni. Vourouni means pig in Greek. Vourouni. This is where the woo is used. Next example, the word yield. Can you hear the g, the gamma, in that word? Yield. So it sounds like ye, yield, ye. Sounds like there's an e sound next to the gamma, which makes it ye. Does that make sense? So this is how ye. It could also be with a different E, any of the different E's. So, ye with an eta, ye with an epsilon, ye with an omicron iota, ye with an epsilon iota, any of that. In fact, this is how the word ya, or yasas, or yasu, Yi-a. When you're saying hi, that's how it sounds. And it's yi next to it. Ya. Yeah. So recap. Gu. Guruni. Yi. Any one of these E's. Ya. Yi. Yi. Next up. Yale. Can you hear the gamma sound here? Yale. It sounds like Yale, like a ye sound, ye. And that's what gamma sounds like next to epsilon, ye. Or it could be the other e sound. Do you remember what that is? The sound of two vowels together, alpha and iota. Ye, ye. There are two sounds, ga and go. It could also be with the other O, which is omega, ga, go, which are two sounds which I could not think of a word in the English language that has those sounds. Let me know if you can. But that's what it sounds like, following the same principle, now that we got the gu sound. So water, what, woe is the woo. Woo, woo-runi. Yield, ye, ye, ya. Yale is ye. And we didn't do an example here actually. Let's do one. Ye. I am laughing in Greek. Γελάω. Don't forget the tonos. Γελάω. Yeah. Yeah. So, in that way of thought, ga, go are the ru sound with an a and an o next to it. Let's look at some examples of these sounds. So for ga, we have gala, which is milk. Gala. And for go, we have, let's say a nice one. Gorgona. Gorgona. I hope this makes sense. Let's go over it and hear all the possible combinations of what could be next to a gamma, a vowel that could be next to a gamma and that maybe changed its sound. So let's recap. Ru, yi, ye, ga, go. Remember, this would be the same with any different e, with any different e, or any different o. So ru, guruni. Pig, yi, ya, γεια σας. Hi. Ye, γελάω. Ga, gala. Milk. And go, gorgona. Mermaid. I hope this video makes sense. Please let me know. The letter gamma can be very hard to learn to pronounce, so I hope you have found this helpful. Please let me know if you did. And if you have any questions about anything, or if you can find a word in the English language or in any other language that you might speak that has a word with a ga or go sound, I would be really interested to know. See you next time. Bye. Γεια σας.